So we just stopped by and picked up a friend's vehicle. We're gonna go sit in line at a gas station because they're like an hour and a half long. We figure we got nothing else to do, so we volunteered as tributes to go wait in line for them. But I want to kind of show you the drive back out of this neighborhood. This is a residential area. So these are houses back in here. This was a gravel road. We actually came here before the typhoon hit because we had to help pick up some supplies from one of the people's houses while we were all staying locked in. It's been cleaned up. You can see all the cut trees and stuff on the sides of the roads, and they've had like a grader or something through here so they can get through here. But I wanted to kind of kick the camera on the drive back out so you kind of see what's happened to some of these houses. Didn't want to do it on the drive in, so you didn't know. Try to keep a little bit of security on whose house we're going to and where their house is and whatnot. But both sides of the road, kind of everything is just completely trashed here. There's no power out here again, so anybody that does have power is doing it off of generators. No water, no running water, so anybody that has water, of course it's being shipped in via 5-gallon jugs. We just got word about tomorrow, the work we're going to do. We're going to be handing out MREs and cases of water, kind of a drive-through relief shelter. So we're signed up to go do that tomorrow to help out, pass out supplies. Just trying to navigate around these power lines. Trying to find our way back out of here. This right up here inside this fence was a huge house. When we came over here the other day, it was a big freestanding wooden house that is nothing but a huge pile of rubble now. So it's a construction company or something of the sorts, I believe. So yeah, it's heart-wrenching to think these are people's livelihoods. This is all people have. This is kind of where they live now and what they are working with. There's a lot of bonfires going. People are kind of just burning some of the rubble and some of the like waterlogged stuff. If it wasn't the stuff worth saving, they're just lighting fires and kind of burning it in the yard. We've each got 5-gallon gas cans. They're on a $50 limit of gas each vehicle, so that's kind of why we're stacking up 3 deep here. I'm on 3/4 of a tank, so I'm not going to use anywhere near that $50 worth. So I've got a 5-gallon gas can in the back to whatever I don't use, fill that up. The car in the front, the red car, they're pretty full too, so they've got a 5-gallon gas can. The white van is really the one that's kind of empty, so it's kind of what you do. It's $50 per vehicle, so you stack up 3 or 4 of them with some gas cans, and then just whatever doesn't go in the car, of course, goes in the gas can. The problem is gas out here, when we got it before the storm hit, was $4.53 a gallon. So for those of you from the States, I know in South Carolina it's 2 something a gallon, so I mean it's almost double the price. And with the storm, I don't know if there's price gouging going on or what's happening. So $4.50 a gallon, $5 a gallon, $50 is only getting you 10 gallons of gas. So for those of you that drive big SUVs and stuff like that, I know even my Jeep is a 20-gallon tank, so it wouldn't even fill it up halfway. So yeah, and then you sit in line for an hour waiting to get that $50 worth of gas. It's a struggle. It's a struggle. But definitely trying to trying to top off gas tanks before we run out, or people run out, because then you're just kind of stuck with a vehicle with no gas. There are no 5-gallon gas cans. We have already attempted to go around looking for some because we were going to buy them. We were able to find some places that had some tarps, some citronella candles and stuff like that. John and I both threw some money together. We bought some of those and donated them to somebody we've been working with here because their roof was blown off, and so they really are just basically sleeping under the stars. But there's rain scheduled for this weekend, so we got the tarps we could get and got them some citronella candles, some butane canisters of butane, because they have like a little cooking stove that uses butane. So we got that squared away. There's actually somebody we know hanging out over at the market right now. Hannah Banana! I waved at her. It's Hannah Banana. Not real sure what gas station we're going to. All the ones we've seen had really long lines. The girl in the front, Rona, her dad has a work van that he filled up that he told us earlier put like $200 worth or something in. Ridiculous. But it's this big work van that does cargo carrying. So he was allowed to have it because he's an integral part kind of keeping supplies going back and forth. So he told us to go to that gas station, so I think that's where we're heading. I'll probably take you guys up to the where we jump the line, then I'll shut the power back off on the GoPro. Right now I got the GoPro hooked up to the cigarette lighter charger, so it's keeping it charged, as well as my phone. I've got 3 SD cards. Earlier when we abruptly stopped recording, it's because I didn't realize I only had a 12 gig SD card in there, so that fills up in like a good 30 minutes, 40 minutes. So that's why you got shut off. Right now I've got a 64 gig in, and then I've got another 64 gig as backup. I've also got my laptop with me with my external hard drive. So if things get bad and I can't, there's only certain places on the island that I can go and upload videos from. The building we're working out of, the main communication hub, they have the fiber uplink, so I can upload stuff from there. Outside of that, the hotel has some Wi-Fi, but of course the place is slammed, and so I think I'm getting like less than a megabit up. So it would take hours to do this, but I can save stuff off on external hard drives and on the laptop to free up the SD cards, so I can do more recording. I might do some recording tomorrow while we're hanging out at the supply center, the volunteer place. I forget the name of it. It's basically for assistance. But I don't know. I'm trying not to really show people that need help, because again, these are really prideful people, and they don't want their faces, they don't want their names, they don't want a lot of that out there because they don't really want a lot of help. They need it, and I mean, of course, they're applying for FEMA and all that, but they're not the type of person that's going to go on the air and be like, oh, I really need help, send me help. Their mantra is, we'll take care of this, we've done it before, we'll do it again. But at the same time, I think it's important for others out there to kind of see what the effects of this are, because I feel like the tiny snippets people are seeing are not a true reflection. I heard that one of the videos that I took on my phone during the typhoon was actually broadcasted on Good Morning America this morning. It was funny. A buddy messaged me on Facebook and was like, "Hey, I saw your name on Good Morning America and your footage." But the interesting part was it was less than a 30-second clip on the entire story of what happened here. It's like, let this be, no offense to Florida or Charleston or South Carolina or Wilmington or any of those places. I mean, I'm from the mainland. I'm from South Carolina. I live in South Carolina. I'm just here for work for 3 weeks. That's it. But let that be the mainland, and it's 24/7 news coverage. Jim Cantori's there from the Weather Channel wearing his windbreaker, getting beaten by the storm, talking about what the effects are, what the after effects are, what the cleanup effects are. I mean, I love everyone equally, but there's definitely limited coverage of what's kind of happening over here, and we know because we're searching the internet every day, like looking for the name of the storm, looking to see what the coverage is, and seeing absolutely nothing about it. All right, well, I think we're at the gas station here, so I'm gonna shut down. I'll see you guys. Bye.